Have you ever wondered if there are places left on Earth that whisper their secrets only to those who truly listen? Places where the wild winds carry stories untold, and the rocks remember every sun and moon that has passed above them. Far from the crowds, beyond the reach of signs or fences, exist landscapes so extraordinary they seem to defy belief. These are the hidden masterpieces of our planet, wonders so rare, so delicate, their very existence feels almost mythical. Imagine standing on a mountainside where terraced fields sweep along the slopes in ribbons of living green. Here, nature and humanity have worked together for centuries, sculpting the hills into a tapestry that breathes with the rhythm of the earth itself. As the sun rises, mist dances between the steps, painting the valleys gold. The silence is broken only by the soft rustle of wind through rice and the distant call of birds echoing across the vastness. It's a scene that evokes both awe and humility, reminding us of the patient artistry of time. Hidden deeper within this tapestry lies a place even stranger, Kelimutu Lake. Here, 3 crater lakes nestle side by side, each one shimmering with a different, ever-shifting hue. Some days, they're turquoise and emerald, vibrant with minerals and mystery. On others, they turn ghostly white or deep, impossible black. Local legends say spirits dwell here, their moods reflected in the water's changing colors. Scientists marvel at the unique chemistry, but to stand at the crater's edge is to feel the pulse of the planet, a reminder that Earth is alive, and sometimes her heart beats loudest in the quietest corners. Each of these landscapes is a forgotten piece of Earth's grand puzzle. To walk here is to leave behind the clamor of modern life, to breathe air unspoiled by machines, and to discover the power of silence. There are no billboards or souvenir stalls, only the pure, unfiltered wonder of nature in its most authentic form. These are not the places you'll find on glossy postcards or in crowded travel guides. These are Earth's best-kept secrets, jealously guarded by distance, difficulty, and the patience they demand of those who seek them. But for those willing to journey off the beaten path, the reward is a sense of connection that lingers long after the journey ends. Here, you become not just a visitor, but a witness, part of a timeless story that stretches back before memory. And today, you are invited to witness them too, to step into the unknown, to see what few have seen, and to stand in awe before wonders the world does not advertise. Our journey will take us across continents and through ages, from volcanic lakes that change like moods, to ancient forests untouched by axes or flames, and to mountains that rise like dreams against the horizon. We begin at Yellowstone, the world's first national park, a place where fire and ice share a restless truce. Beneath its sweeping valleys and steaming geysers lies a sleeping giant, a supervolcano whose magma chamber stretches for miles below the surface. Here, the land is alive with energy, a reminder that Earth's power is both beautiful and humbling. It's a sanctuary for creatures great and small, a canvas painted in colors impossible to describe, and a living testament to the wonder that awaits those who dare to seek the world's hidden masterpieces. So join us on this journey of discovery. Let curiosity be your compass and wonder your guide. The secrets of the natural world are waiting, if only you know where to look. nature creates a moving masterpiece. Steam rises in delicate ribbons, and the lakes shimmer in the changing light. It's a living painting, one that shifts with the wind and the sun, never the same twice. Here, the ordinary laws of color and form seem to bend, giving way to something otherworldly. But beyond the beauty, there is belief. To the local people, these lakes are sacred, a place where the souls of the departed come to rest, separated by the virtue of their lives. The water's ever-changing colors are seen as messages from the spirits, reminders of the delicate boundary between the world of the living and the world beyond. Surrounding these mystical waters, the forests teem with rare and wondrous life. The flora's crow calls from the treetops, its song echoing through the cool shadows. Wallace's hanging parrot flashes its brilliant plumage, a species found nowhere else on Earth. In these ancient woods, evolution has crafted creatures as unique as the landscape itself. To protect this delicate balance, conservation teams and local communities have joined forces. Their work ensures that both the lakes and their legends endure, guarding the fragile harmony between nature and myth for generations to come. Now, the journey continues to Plitvice Lakes National Park, where water weaves another tale of transformation. Here, lakes and falls shift color from emerald green to deep sapphire within hours, untouched by rain, wind, or season. Beneath these tranquil surfaces, ancient limestone whirlpools turn slowly, whispering secrets as they seem to draw the world downward into the earth. Waterfalls here appear as if by magic, then vanish again within days, without pattern or explanation. Even the trees that tumble into the lakes do not rot. Instead, their bark is slowly transformed, encased in a mineral armor by the patient hand of time. In these places, nature's mysteries endure. Each moment reveals a new marvel, a reminder of the power, beauty, and endless wonder of the living earth. Hidden far from the world's well-trodden paths, Banff National Park stands as a testament to the raw, unyielding artistry of nature. Cradled within the soaring peaks of the Canadian Rockies, this ancient wilderness stretches as far as the eye can see. Glacial valleys, turquoise lakes, and forests that seem to breathe with each shift of the wind. Over 75 million years ago, immense tectonic forces thrust these mountains skyward. As the ages passed, glaciers carved deep valleys, leaving behind a landscape of stark beauty. Today, the park's iconic lakes, like Lake Louise and Moraine, gleam with a startling blue, their color born from rock flour suspended in meltwater, scattering sunlight into a palette that outshines even the purest sapphire. As winter descends, Banff transforms. Temperatures plummet to 40 degrees Celsius, and the park grows silent beneath a thick blanket of snow. Waterfalls freeze mid-cascade, their icy sculptures glinting in the pale northern light. Under this frozen shell, life persists. Elk and deer forage along the tree line. Grizzlies and black bears, masters of adaptation, retreat to their dens, while wolves and lynx roam the silent woods, their tracks the only evidence of their passing. Yet, Banff is not merely a haven for wildlife. It is a sanctuary for the spirit, where the air is crisp and filled with the scent of pine and cedar. In the hush of dawn, sunlight scatters across the ice, igniting the landscape with hues of gold and rose. Mountain peaks reflect in mirror-still lakes, creating the illusion of a world turned upside down, a place where earth and sky meet seamlessly. Unlike many places touched by human ambition, Banff's wilderness endures. Here, ancient glaciers still crawl across the landscape, their slow movements shaping valleys and feeding countless rivers and streams. Wildflowers bloom in brief, brilliant bursts during the summer, painting alpine meadows in a riot of color. The call of the loon echoes across the lakes, a haunting reminder of the wildness that remains. For thousands of years before the park's creation, indigenous peoples called these lands home. Their knowledge and traditions are woven into the very fabric of the landscape, their stories echoing in the wind that sweeps through the pines. Today, efforts to honor and protect this heritage continue, ensuring that Banff remains not only a marvel of geology, but also a living tapestry of culture and memory. Each year, visitors from across the globe are drawn to this frozen cathedral, seeking not only its beauty, but also the profound sense of peace it inspires. They come to hike winding trails, to witness the northern lights flicker across the winter sky, to watch rivers of mist pour over the valley at dawn. In every season, Banff offers something elemental, a connection to the Earth's ancient rhythms, to the enduring silence that underpins all life. As dusk falls, the park's peaks are crowned with alpenglow, and the world grows quiet once more. In these moments, Banff feels less like a place and more like a memory, a fleeting glimpse into a world untouched by time. And so, Banff National Park stands, glacier-carved and wild, a living painting and a hymn to the power and silence of the natural world. In this untouched corner of Earth, the story of our planet is written in ice, stone, and forest, waiting to be discovered by those willing to listen.